Okay. Today I'm up in the middle of God's country again. Kind of peaceful with all these ferns around. Sitting here thinking, how do I explain to my daughter that I have no choice to do but sell the car and move on? You know, when your mother and your Uncle Kenny and your Aunt Carly and your godparents and your cousin Chris, they all sit there and they judge me for everything I've done in my lifetime and my past and criticize me and tell me I don't do this and I don't pay attention. Well, I gotta tell you guys, I've been paying attention the whole time. And once again, I'm gonna say this. I talked about them divorce papers yesterday. The reason why Duck hasn't turned them in is because when I signed them, her brother told her to do something and she didn't do it. She should have signed them before she handed them to me. Because she didn't. I signed the plaintiff part of that form, not the defendant. That's why she won't turn them in. She can't play the victim this time. And it's kind of sad that her brother and Carly and everybody else is willing to help her do that, knowing that she's an alcoholic. Knowing that Emma and Sandra are going to be subject to the same torture that she sat there years cried about her dad doing to her. But yeah, she's doing the same thing to them girls. But I guess that's all right, Kenny and Carly and Chris and godparents. It's okay that she can do to them what her dad did to her. You guys are all okay with that because it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect your lives. It doesn't affect your children. It doesn't affect your grandchildren. Nah, it just affects mine. Just gives my kids a shitty future. And for what? One can collect the insurance policy and the other ones just keep their mouth shut because they just don't care. That's pretty pathetic. And the other one, Chris, I don't know what his deal is, dude, but ever since she's been around, she went downhill fucking faster. He was supposed to be there to help bring her up, and all he's done was bring her down. Talking about fucking death and not being able to raise his own kid, and how Katie's fucking sleeping with some dude that was his best friend. You know what, dude? Grow the fuck up. You're the one sitting there trying to be best friends with everybody. Life doesn't work like that. Just like when I leave here next week, man, that's it. When she said that to me, that our marriage was nothing but a con, there's no friendship. The only thing her and I have now is kids. That's it. You need to grow up. You know, you are quite capable of taking your own care of your own kid. You're too scared, too much of a fucking pussy. I don't know what it is. But I know one thing, you need to stay out of that bottle. Just like your cousin. Just because you want to destroy your life and go fucking do this and not have to do anything, doesn't mean you have to take her down, dude. That ain't right, man. If Vanessa was smart, she'd fucking leave your ass. Seriously. I can see why Katie dumped you. Damn, dude, grow the hell up. As far as my girls go, Sandra, I am so sorry. But like I said, honey, I am tired of the lies. I'm tired of everybody lying. I tried telling everybody for years not to be bringing alcohol in the house. And that includes some of your boyfriends. But no one ever listens to me because she sits there and she sweet talks them. And Garrett, I'm sorry, brother. I tried telling you the same thing, but you did it too. I love you dearly. I hope things between you and Sammy are good. And I hope things between you and her stay strong. And I hope you're able to get her out of that house one day. Because I'm telling you, dude, you're about the only chance that girl's got now. I'm not there to protect her anymore. The only one I really feel bad for really now is Emma. Because she has no place to go. She's going to be subjugated to the same thing that her mom went through with her dad. Now her mom's going to do it to her. You know, she sits there and she talks about breaking cycles, man. She needs to look in the mirror and break the cycle of what she's been going through for the last 30 years. And a lot of this, like I said before, could be ended with Carly and Chris and Kenny doing certain things, but none of them are willing to do it because they're all cowards. And I'm not joking when I say that your Uncle Kenny and Aunt Curly, the only thing they care about is money. That's it. You know, they sit there and they talk about walls and shit. They built so many walls around your mom that it's impossible to know what kind of love that he's going to give her. And that's not fair, man. It's not fair to her. You don't do that with love, you know. And I'm just as guilty as that too because I had to do it in the end with your mom. Because honestly, I figured if it worked for your Uncle Kenny, it worked for me. But apparently, I'm not your Uncle Kenny. Apparently, that love is more of what she craves. Why, I don't know. The man has done nothing but treat her like garbage. Treat her like shit. And before she says she even thinks about blaming me, she's wrong. You know, I was sitting here thinking about her and Scott. You know, all these years I heard her complain about Gail, this and that with Paige. And, you know, the more I sit here and think about it, you know, Gail isn't the only person responsible for that relationship going sideways. Your grandfather and your mother are too. Your mother because she wouldn't quit drinking, your grandfather because he wasn't man enough to tell her that what she was doing was wrong. He wanted a drinking buddy. All he wanted was that cheap half gallon of whiskey from Virginia every weekend that her and Scott were bringing back for him. And a carton of Winston's. That's all it was to him. He didn't give a fuck that he was ruining Paige's life by allowing her to drink while she was pregnant with her. Yeah, Paige, your mother was drinking with you too, and that's probably why you're so fucked up in the head. And it's a shame because you used to be a nice kid. I just don't understand you people, man. I don't understand why you're willing to allow my children to go through the pain that you guys went through when you know, Kenny and Carly, that all you have to do is show one act of kindness. Again, one simple act of kindness. And you just can't do it. So now I'm being forced. And this is the deal. She checks herself into a rehab for 90 days. Our marriage is over. That's fact. But they can help her start over. I am tired of starting over, man. If not, Sammy, I love you. And I'm sorry to hurt you, and I'm sorry to just feel like I'm destroying your life. But in the end, it's not me. This could all end with your mom going to rehab and me taking back my fucking house and getting back my pension and shit. But no, she won't do that. She won't do the right thing for the family. She's only going to do what's right for her. And that's shameful. And your Aunt Kenny and Uncle Carly, they could take care of all this, but they won't. Because like I said before, this comes back to an insurance policy for them. According to your mother. And according to your Uncle Kenny, she's always been worth more dead than alive. And that's a shame. And I'm sorry that I feel like you feel like I'm the one hurting you, but it's not me, baby. I'm tired of losing. And I can't sit here and watch her do to you and Emma what happened to her. I can't do it. And she made sure that I have no chance of ever being able to do that again. So that's why I'm selling the car. That's why I'm moving. That's why I'm leaving. Because I can't stand here and watch the pain, what the pain's going to be coming. I can't stand what she's going to be do to you and your boyfriends and Emma. The pain she's going to put that girl through with keep stealing her medication. Because you know it's just a matter of time before she goes back. Right now she's just playing pretty princess. It's just a matter of time before you know she'll fall back. Because right now she knows Kenny and Carly are watching her. And that's all that matters to her. And as far as your grandmother goes, Susan Koleski, well, don't ever count on her because she's just a worthless bitch. She's never been worthless for anything. I mean, the idea of her ever being mother or grandmother, it's just impossible. And everybody can blame that shit on me, but I'm sorry, kid. But your mom's known about your grandmother for a long time, way before I was in her life. And if your mom and your grandmother want to be honest with you, I told them a long time ago, after your grandfather died, Your grandmother said about having that life insurance policy. I told her straight up, you can take a life insurance policy and give it to whoever you want. You don't want nothing to do with it. After your own grandfather and all them died and that shit that happened there, I don't want no part of it. Because I know what's going to be again. Your Uncle Kenny's going to dangle and your mom's going to jump like a little poodle. And it's wrong. And that's why I told your grandmother to sell the fucking policy and use it for her and Jack. It's time for people to start being honest, man, instead of lying. But anyways, that's why I'm doing it, Red. I love you, seriously. I just can't be around to watch the pain that you and your sister are about to endure because your mom's too scared to break the cycle. And your Uncle Kenny and Aunt Carly, they just don't give a shit. And Chris Eckerdray, well, he just don't care about himself enough to care about anybody else. But just know this, I love you and I love Emma, and I hope to God you at least look out for your little sister. Please do that. Because I'm not going to be around to do it anymore. Your mom left me no choice but to move on. So, I love you dearly. And I'll probably make one of these later on or something. I don't know. But come next Friday, Daddy's got to move on. I love you. I love you girls both. Just know that you're my angels. And as long as I have you in my heart, I'll always be heaven.